Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share, like, and subscribe to the channel? It helps other people know when I post videos. Well, today we're going to be making a pilot video. I don't know how this is going to come out, but we're going to be making the PSMF modifying bread out of egg white protein powder. And this is what came in. I've had it for the house for about a month. I wanted to do something with it. It's very, very clean on macros, and I got it on Amazon, by the way. This is a 8-ounce bag. But they don't tell you on these YouTubers, and I'm going to warn everybody now, this stuff makes a mess, and it's a hell of a mess to clean up there on my measuring cups and everything. So if you're using this powder and you had that issue before, you guys let me know, because if you got a solution for me, because it took me a while to get all that stuff off. But anyways, we're gonna make some bread. So this particular recipe, I got it from Myra from Low Carb Love. I'll have a link below the video. And from now on, I'll try to make sure I get the YouTube links and the correct pronunciation correctly. So I'm sorry about that, Denise. So anyways, this particular recipe calls for 1.5 cups of egg white protein powder, which we have already pre-weighed in our bowl, and use a larger bowl, because if you do it in a smaller bowl, it's going to make a mess, and you're going to expand it like you're making a lemon meringue pie. And then you 1/4 cup of powdered sweetener, which we have already pre-weighed. And then we'll put 1 tablespoon of baking powder. We got that weighed, and half of a teaspoon of pink salt, and 1.5 cups of water, and that's it. Pretty much simple. And then we're going to give it a mix. It'll take about 10 or 15 minutes to get it to the texture we want. And I got my oven already preheated to 325 degrees, and I got a loafing pan lined with parchment paper. What I did was, this is a brand new loafing pan that I picked up at Marshall's, and I sprayed it with cooking oil spray, and I cut it on the, even though it's non-stick, sprayed it anyways, and I put the parchment paper so it'll pull out easy. When you put this in the oven, this is the most important tip that I can give you. Do not open up your oven until it is done. If you open it up before, the bread will go down. And another trick that I learned, to let it fully cool down. So we're gonna leave it, once it beeps off at the 325, she said up for 30 minutes. We'll probably leave it in for an extra 15 minutes to cool down naturally on its own before we pull out. We'll come back in the room and talk about it. But I just want, does anybody have that problem with that particular protein powder? Because this is the first time I ever used it, and I was really excited about making this bread, because I love bread. So without further ado, I'm going to move the camera to the side, and I'm going to pop on the side overhead camera so you can see what's going on from the overhead. This is really a pretty simple recipe that Myra did. I don't know where she got the recipe from. She has it on her links to her website. But she's another YouTuber that I follow. She puts a lot of great recipes, and she's lost well over 100 pounds, and so I'll try to get better. I think what I'm going to start doing is taking a snapshot of the recipe from the actual on my computer screen and put it over the timeline, so everybody knows where I found it, in case I accidentally make a mistake on somebody's name, or a typo or something like that. We're only human, so just forgive me, But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and start mixing all this stuff together. Put it in the pan, pop it in the oven. At this point, you should have your oven already preheated 325, which mine's already on. And should be a pretty simple recipe, really. So let's go ahead and make the bread, and I'll give you my taste test afterwards, and let me know how it come out. Okay, so I got both cameras rolling. I got the overhead camera and the side camera going. This is the egg white powder. It's already measured. 1.5 cups of egg white powder. 1/4 cup of powdered swerve. This is a sweetener that you're putting into the bread. It's a pretty simple recipe, really. I mean, the only problem that I had was the big mess I had with the when I opened up the powdered egg white. It was, oh God, what a heck of a mess that was when it went all over the countertop. And now we're going to put the baking powder and the salt. Just give it a little mix up. You can see it's pretty simple. Give it a little bit quick mix. you know, any lumps. But today we're going to use it. Now you could do that. I haven't got a mixer, a sand mixer, you know, and I haven't got the room for one. Even if I got enough money to buy one, but I just haven't got the room. We're going to use the regular mixer that we use when we make cakes. And my wife had it out early because it's her birthday Monday, so she made herself a cake. I'm not going to have any of that, but you know, I just you know, when you're her age, you can have whatever you want. So, and you can have whatever you want anyways, but just don't have a problem with what people eat today. So now we just pour in 1.5 cups of water. It said nothing about cold or hot water, so I'm using ordinary tap water. That just goes right into here. She said it's going to take about 10 or 15 minutes there to get it. That's why you'd like to have a handheld sand mixer, but you know, like I said, we don't have one. So we're going to go ahead and put this on low, so hopefully it won't go all over the place. So that's kind of the texture what you're kind of looking for, where you could just kind of like almost tip it upside down where it's not going to come out of there too quickly. But it is done. I'm happy with it. So we have our lined sheeting pan. What we did was we sprayed it with a little bit of cooking oil, and then I cut a couple of pieces of parchment paper to fit, like, so I could pull them out. So even though that's non-stick, I want to make sure the bread's going to pull out, and I'll run a knife probably around the edge to make sure when it comes time to take it out. And all you do at this point, I got a nice clean spatula, and just put it in your pan. And then I'll go clean up the old messeroo. Let me ask you ladies something. Your husbands, do they bake like I do? And if they do they clean up their own mess? I try to clean up my mess so my wife don't have to clean it up. I don't think it's fair for her to clean up my keto messes and my low-carb meal recipes all the time. So I do a lot of cleaning for her. Try to help her out the best I can. Try to get all of it. Put that over there. And so what we're going to do now is just going to press it down a little bit. The noise you hear, I live in an apartment, we hear a lot of street noise because we're pretty close to the downtown area where I live. You have 30-mile-an-hour speed limits here, and people seem to think it's the Los Angeles freeway over here. So whatever design you make on the top, that's what it's going to be when you pull it out. So be aware of that. So, so there you have it, my first PSMF modifying sparing bread. Hi guys, welcome to the my back room and my latest creation in Ron's Keto Cafe. Wanted to show you what I made today. So I made my first ever PSMF modifying protein bread. It just came out of the oven. And it was a very, very simple recipe, but the protein powder, the egg white protein powder, was one heck of a mess. So heads up if you make it when using the powder, but next time we're going to use the egg whites instead of the powder. And I have never had this bread before. I can pick the pan up. It's kind of like still a little bit warm, but it's warm enough for me to handle it with my hands. And I got a bread knife and I got a butter knife to pull it out. So let's go over the recipe. So this particular recipe called for 1.5 cups of egg white powder, protein powder, 1/4 cup of protein sweetener, powdered sweetener, sorry, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1/3 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 cups of water. And it was just regular plain tap water. And you preheat your oven to 325. Dump everything all into a mixing bowl. If you got a sand mixer, it's even better, but I used a hand mixer, and it took about 15 minutes to whip it into a lemon meringue pie type of texture. So when you're tipping it upside down, it's not runny. And at that point, I took this bread loaf pan that I bought at Marshall's. Haven't used it yet, so that was the first time I'm using it today. I sprayed it with oil, and I laid a couple of sheets of parchment paper over the sides. So now we're going to pull it out together and give it a taste test together. I don't know. This is first to me. I don't even know if I'm going to like it or not. But I'm just looking for alternatives for instead of your standard white bread, because I'm doing low carb weight loss now. I'm kind of like breaking away from keto. But I'm still going to make keto meals, but I'm eating everything in moderation. I'm just running a knife over it, see if I even need to run the knife or not. It doesn't look like it. We'll see if it'll pull out. We have to pull it out this way. Well, so much for that. Again, I don't know if it's going to stick or not. Just see what kind of issues I'm having over here. Not really issues, but bear with me, guys. All right, here we go. Here we go. That should come out maybe on the other side. I got to do the same on the other side. The corners are sticking a little bit is what it is. Pop that, pop that. Pop that. Let's see, get that out of there. There we go. Now we can come out with no problem. That over there like that. Well, this is our funky bread. Didn't it look funky? But I don't know. This is the first time I made this type of bread. I mean, I don't know how it's going to taste, but I got this recipe from Myra from Low Carb Love. She's a great YouTuber, by the way, so I suggest checking out her channel. She's got a lot of recipes. I made this according to exactly how she made it. Now, the only thing is, her bread was nice and golden brown. Mine just started to get brown. I could have left it in a little while longer. And she said it will deflate once you pop it out of the oven a little bit. It's not deflating that bad. So it feels like a sponge more or less. But when you do your egg white mixture and you mix it up with your sand mixer, if you have one, I didn't have a sand mixer, so I ended up using my handheld mixer, but you whip it like it's a lemon meringue texture for you ladies that know what I'm talking about. You get the batter so thick that when you tip your bowl upside down, it's not going to run out of there unless you're putting it out with a spatula. And that's what I did. I followed exactly how she did it. The only difference is between mine and hers. Hers was a little more golden brown than mine was. But I'm happy with this. Look at that. I suppose you want me to open it up, see what it looks like on the inside. I got the overhead camera because I'm filming this for my YouTube channel. This is the pilot video. I got a nice sharp knife there with a like a saw knife. I don't know how this is going to cut and how it's going to look inside. So this, just kind of like check this out. Comment on the video, by the way. What do you think? It's cutting all right. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Huh? Boy, can I cook? Oh, can I cook? It feels like Wonder Bread. Get the holes in them, the texture in the holes. Let's cut another one together. I mean, it's holding its shape when you cut it. Look at that. It'd be great with that. Pop that in the air fryer for about 2 minutes to get it nice and toasty golden brown. And, you know, a nice little sausage sandwich. I'm doing this, I'm filming this in both cameras. It's 6 o'clock on. But, yeah, I suppose now you want me to taste that, huh? So let's pop a little, I don't know if I'm going to like this or not, but it feels like a sponge. Almost like, I just trying to tear it. I don't know if I want to have a hard time chewing this or not, but we'll see. But just check that out. Tastes like bread. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper right now. So I got this video filmed. I'm going to edit out the video and put it up on my channel. And if you're not a subscribed member, please subscribe to the channel. I got 430 subscribers now. Ain't that cool? But look at this. I can't believe it. We actually made bread. This is look at the bread texture. This is just like Wonder Bread. Oh my God. I mean, that's really. I'm so excited. I just feel like that song. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Check that out. This is really good. I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of peanut butter on that or something like that. But that's the side of the bottom of the bread. That's the I'm doing for the overhead too. So you can see that how it came out. It's fully cooked. It feels like a sponge to me. It just cracks me up because we get a funky little bread, and whatever. Oh yeah, she said whatever pattern you make on your top of your bread when you lay it out on the bread pan, that's what's going to make. Now her bread loaf came out nice and golden brown. I could have actually left mine in for a few more minutes. But the biggest thing was she said on the video, do not open up your oven while it's cooking because it'll deflate big time. So I left that in for the full 30 minutes. And I even put it back on for a few more minutes because all the oven times vary compared to mine to hers. And I wanted to brown it up a little bit more, but I didn't want to over brown it. But I'm happy with that. It just did brown up. And again, that's what the bread texture looks like. So let me know what you guys think. This is the protein powder that I'm talking about. It's called egg white protein powder. It's nothing else. It's all it is. Now, if you don't want to use this, you could separate the eggs. And it doesn't mean separate the eggs like the Three Stooges. You separate the egg yolk with the egg. And you could buy it already separated. Then that's what I usually do. But I bought that on Amazon. This is about 8 ounces. And the macros on it are very clean if you're concerned about the macros. I don't know if you ever used this before, but what the YouTubers don't tell you, this makes one heck of a mess when you take it out of the bag. And I'm going to open up the bag and show you what it looks like. You can see that. That's what the powder looks like. I used a cup and a half out of that. I don't have much left, so I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of that. But, and also, I bought this. I don't know if you guys ever had that. That's Teddy's All Natural Smooth Unsalted Peanut Butter. That's probably one of the best brands you can have for low carb weight loss. And again, the macros on the back are very, very clean. And what I'll do with that is I'll stir it a little bit. She said to mix that up a little bit according to the, before you use it. Spread a little bit on my sandwich and I'll have a sandwich. But I'm really excited. But let me know what you guys think if you ever made this before. Huh? Isn't that cool? I mean, this is really great. I mean, of course, it's not as great as my mom. My mom used to make homemade bread from scratch with the King Arthur flour when she lived up in Canada. And 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm smelling nice fresh bread upstairs. And I come down and I would have literally ate a whole loaf of that from my mom. And she made homemade butter with the butter and with a cup of tea that she used to make in the morning. It was, you know, if you guys and gals with your moms and grandmothers, and they always made the best foods. And but yeah, just check that out. This is the back side. It's just kind of like all like caved in. Like I said, she said it will cave in, but it's holding a shape. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm really happy and excited. I think what I'm going to do with these 2 slices over here, I'm going to pop that into the air fryer for about 2 minutes and toast it and see how it toasts. And I got some sausage actually I'm going to put the peanut butter on there, but I bought some Banquet pre-cooked sausages, and somebody recommended, and that's very clean, by the way, when I did the car manager thing. And Tyson, I like the Tyson ones, and that was the Banquet ones I tried. And there was a couple more brands that people were recommending me buying, so you don't have to sit there and flip sausages all day over the stove. And they just preheat in an oven, a microwave oven, a regular oven, or air fryer. So that's really cool, huh? But anyways, like I said, don't forget this video will be up on Ron's Keto Cafe and also a Keto Cooking with Ron. But anyways, have a great weekend, guys. Going to a birthday party tomorrow. I had 2 invites this week at the same times at different locations. It was really hard to choose, but I'm going to a 90th birthday party tomorrow. And also, my wife's birthday is Monday, and so Monday I'll take her out to dinner, which normally I would have done on Sunday, but Monday will work. But, you know, it was really hard choice to make where I wanted to go between 2 different people that I love. And so I decided on the 90th birthday party. But anyways, I'll let you guys go, but have a great night, guys. I'm going to watch the football game, and yeah, don't even talk to me about, you know, who that didn't even cut the playoffs. At least I got the Brewers to watch, and I believe the Brewers are playing tonight. Yeah, but check that out. Nice and cool. Just like Wonder Bread. And it feels, the texture of the bread feels not spongy, but it feels like bread, and that's what it is. I mean, I'm really happy and excited. You can tell. But anyways, I'm gonna kill the video and go warm that up in the air fryer and have toasted and see how it comes out toasted. And don't forget to be watching for this video when I get it all edited. And I already have week 127 almost done, my video for this week. I just talk about different things that, you know, to get it off my chest. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night, guys.